playing in the bathtub with your little dog?
You can do it for the will. I don't want to go through life being a wonder wheel murderer.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another Collectable Past, hanging out, talking about toys. And you know what? We got some good ones to actually show off today. I know I've gotten a few more packages in the mail, stuff I'm going to be showing later on for like a short unboxing for reviews that are going to be coming up. I've managed to pick up some of the Origins line from Playmates for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got some more of the storage shell turtles. So now I've got all 4 turtles, which is, I'm excited to be able to get a review going on that too, because those ones look excellent. And guess what, Vinny?
What?
Donatello's green. Damn it, Donatello's green. He's not shit brown. And those small figures, the storage shell, like they did like the original figures, he used the correct color so all you brown-loving Donatello fans could just suck it.
You should go into my short and just fight with the people in my chat. Those are leaving comments. There's still so many of them screaming that he's brown. I'm just dropping. I just copy pasted the link for Hans Cock saying that he settled it, and I just keep dropping that into the comments. And he shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you know what I tell every last one of them when they say he's brown, and I've argued with a few of them, just like I argued with people over that Armada Starscream. I just tell them like this.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well, to be fair, though, he should be brown because he's down in the shitter. In the sewer.
A lot of people say he's the shittiest of the turtles, so.
Maybe he is. I don't know.
He was supposedly the brains of the group. But real quick, we're going to say hi to everybody in the chat that popped in already. I see Superfan at the show hand sitting up in the chat. Hail to the chat. What's going on? I didn't know we were having inclement weather in the chat. Is there any way that I could moderate that? But Nelson, the psychopath, also in the chat. What's up, Nelson? I killed so many people today. I should get a commission bonus in Soul Energy.
Damn.
Wordle Morningwood also in the house. He said he's got some sad news. His dog is racist against silence. She will not shut up. It happens. We all just got to put up with these things. Tina Bojan is also in the chat. What is up? I hope that you're doing well. Papa Cotton in the house. What up, ninjas? What's going on, Papa Cotton? TWTG content. What's up, Chris? Man, I hope that you were doing well. Yes, Brutal. Richard Pryor in the toy. I love that movie. I think that is such an overlooked movie.
Yeah. So good.
God damn, I love that. Like when I found that streaming somewhere, I was like, oh yeah, I got to watch it again. Because that's another one I've had a hard time finding a physical copy of. And if you guys want to know more about physical media, Fanzine, I think is always doing it right, talking about physical media. Guy's been doing a great job. He used to come on early on for the going old school stuff when I first got started. You know, big props to him. Frankie knows honk. What's up, Frankie? I just retweeted this stream out. Hey, you, what's going on, Frankie?
Nice.
Trina is also in the house. What's up, Trina?
Hey, Trina.
Conquest Comics is in the house. What's going on? Is this the real Liam?
Trina is my favorite private detective secretary from the 40s.
Liam, if you want to swing by, let us know. Vinny could shoot you over a link, or I can either way.
Yeah, I got because I got some He-Man stuff I could show in a little bit anyway.
I want to get this
stuff.
I'm going to get this pick started with something that I picked up. So I seen this character and I pre-ordered it a while ago, and you know everybody knows by now. If you haven't been paying attention, I'm getting away from Hasbro because of all the woke shit. But I've got a couple here that were pre-ordered. Matter of fact, I just got one in the mail that's a pre-order with Jetfire, which I'll be doing the unboxing for later, and eventually I'll be doing the full review video. Man, that's such a huge figure. But I seen this one, and the name kind of sounded familiar, and I couldn't place it at first. And I had to do a little bit of detective work on it to remember why it sounded familiar and why I couldn't place it at first. But here we go with the clip. So I'll let me explain it in the clip. Hey guys, what's going on? We are hanging out with Cliff Jumper, the master of the Transformers, and what are we going to show off today? From the Legacy Collection, we got Transformers Autobot Minerva. This is one of the ones that I've actually had on pre-order as I am getting ready to dump Hasbro as a company that I want to get toys from. Here we go with the back, with the box art. Yeah, it looks okay. Looks like it's a reformatted figure. I forget which one it is. Might be RC, but let's go ahead and get her open and take a look at it. Out of the package here, we have Minerva. Not too bad looking. Not too bad. Got a translucent gun on one side. The translucent for this gun is it's actually, the plastic rather, is translucent. They just painted it black. Not too shabby looking though. And while the posability is decent on this figure, cannot go down into a kneeling position, which is one of the things that I always want to see these figures be able to do. If they can't go into a full kneeling position, they have actually missed something in the way as far as articulation is concerned. As far as that articulation, we've got a bend right there at the knee. Of course, you got the turn up here at the thigh and a rotation as well. There is a decent amount of rocker here in the ankles because I believe that's part of the transformation. The arms go all the way up and about, and it just gets messed up by the kiblets in the back. Does have a turn up there at the top of the bicep, and of course has an elbow cut, and the hands do turn a little bit as well. Does have a waist turn as well, which is always important to get in those really good, amazing poses. Now, the head, very, very minimal movement on this head. That is a big miss right there. That's pretty horrible. Well, here she is in her car form, and I will say that this thing was actually a bit of a pain actually put her in her car form, but once you finally get everything lined up, it does snap in fairly well. I think it looks very stumpy. So port her weapons on the side, or if you so wanted to, you could port one on the top as well. So for some of you looking at Minerva, this character, the way this robot looks may seem familiar. This one comes by way of G1 Japan Master Force, which was their version of the Headmasters in 1988. Why does she look familiar? Well, she's basically recolored from this G1 Transformer toy. But as you can see right here from my book, Nightbeat is actually the one that they used for Minerva over in Japan.
So you know they're definitely going to be doing that one as well. So this is the second repeat.
I had Nightbeat. I had Nightbeat.
Oh, you had her?
Yeah, well, I used to.
The original.
Those accidents things, but yeah, and also it's a shame that the female Autobot can't kneel or move her head properly. That sucks, or rather it doesn't, but
oh shit. Yeah, I think the original figure of that version that you have there, I think it was Alita. I think that was the
oh, was it? Yeah. You know what? It might have been Alita. I just don't remember the Alita car form being quite that stumpy, but maybe it was.
Yeah, because I have it too. I got that one and disappointed in it. Like, yeah, I don't know. They're definitely going cheap. That's why, like, I'm done with that company as well. If I could find Dead End, great. Other than that, I don't think there's anything left or that I want to buy or spend money on or waste money on. So,
well, I do have a toy break that's kind of in conjunction with Hasbro. Okay. I'll show it off in a few minutes. Say hi to some of the other people that popped in the chat real quick. So, King of Squibs is in the house. What's up, Squibs? Good to see you. Becky is in the house. What's up, Becky? I hope you're doing well. Keely Chow is here as well. What's up, Keely? Guys, remember to share out those links. You can never share it out too many times. YouTube does hate me. I am the most hated guinea pig on YouTube. But yeah, that Minerva one, like when I was looking at it, it looked so familiar. I'm looking at this character, I was like, God, why does that look so familiar to me? The color scheme and everything, because I would look at some of the old school Japan stuff that they used to have out. And like I said, they did Master Force, and they did a couple other names that Hasbro, they had their own thing where it was Autobots and Decepticons. Japan called their Transformers Destrons and Cybertrons. So, I mean, there was some name changing, but it was all basically the same stuff. But yeah, at that point, Hasbro was doing most of the engineering and tool work on the Transformers moving forward the minute it got into the Headmasters and Target Masters. So Japan just took the one that they did and just recolored it and released it in their line as Minerva. So when I finally found it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. It was freaking Nightbeat. And then, that's why I thought that would be an interesting thing to bring out. In case anybody was wondering, or in case somebody just had no clue where this Minerva figure had come from.
Cool, man. Hold on. Let me get this one going. So I actually let me whip out. I got this one's a short. I'll do the full one.
You're gonna whip out a short one.
Yeah. Hold on. I ate a lot of beans today. No. Here we go. Here's the Masters of the Universe. These are the ones that ETAB actually picked up for me.
Stinkor.
Yeah, Stinkor and Fistor.
I had the original one of that one too. He actually smelled. It didn't stink really though. It just smelled.
Yeah, there was a story about the people that worked in the factory when they were making Stinkware, how the smell was just horrendous when they were making those little like pills or tablets that you put in the back of them.
Crazy.
Cool pieces.
From
my buddy.
Yep.
ETAP, the place to be. Reviews on YouTube. You can check them out over there. But yeah, he found these figures and he snatched them up for me. It's $7.99 each in a local shop by him. So we got a stinky fist here, Stinkhorn fist out. And yeah, for that price, sure, I was all over it. So yeah, very awesome. I'm gonna open these guys up, but yeah, I thought you guys might get a kick out of this. He got it at a local shop by him. So yeah, but they do look pretty damn cool. The box artwork is fantastic on them. If anyone wants to see a full review, just let me know. But in the meantime, here they are. I think this was either the second series or the third series. But anyway, remember to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I got these really.
There you go.
You should do in-depth videos of both of them. I would definitely watch.
Okay, yeah, I could do that. I did it on a few of them. Like I had like the villains from the first wave, and I did them all kind of together a while back. But I could do them again, like another batch.
Real quick, we got a drive-by comment here.
What car is that coming up? Creep. Drive-by.
Yep.
Stinkor and Fistor sounds like a match made in heaven.
That's what I was saying. Crazy.
What up, Nelson?
Hey, man. Yeah. Again, pretty cool looking figures. I like that the Masterverse that scale that they have. Yeah, I got a decent number of these things now.
I'll tell you what, I was so impressed with the He-Man one that they did for Masterverse when they did that 40th anniversary one. Holy crap. When they did that one, I couldn't be any more impressed with a toy with the way, not only the articulation, but how sturdy that figure was on his joints. Because like I was able to take one of my heaviest battle bots and have He-Man hold that thing above his head when I did the short. And it did not teeter. It did not want to fall over at all. And it stood up on its own with nothing bracing it, just its own joints and feet. And it was able to hold this damn battle bot up. And I was so impressed by that. Like, dude, you cannot impress me any more than when you do shit like that with a figure.
Exactly, dude. See,
did you ever find the Merman one?
I did not find the Origin one. I still have the Lords of Power one. But every time I go looking for the original Origins one or the 40th re-release, I just can't seem to find it right now. So I will find it eventually.
Yeah, I used to see him all the time when they first came out. But I didn't know at the time you were actually getting those. But yeah,
they actually have them on a store I use up here in Norway.
Oh, nice.
He's $50 though.
50? Jesus.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, I saw one that was from the Masterverse, and he's scarred up, like he's got like, well, they kind of like, it's bad paint job, but that's what they did instead of actually like, making it look like a real scar. It's like on his chest and on his eye, I think. So he doesn't even have a chest piece. He has no chest armor. But he looked okay for what he was.
DVB is in the chat. Welcome.
What's up?
Now, as far as the rest of those Masterverse, I've seen some of the ones from the new Attorney. I know you've talked about some of those look pretty good too. I did see the Scareglow in store. I don't think they look bad, but I'm still more into that retro look.
Right.
So the Origin line is where I want to go. I'm just really upset with Mattel right now, where they're going cheap, like with that Mechaneck Rattler, where they took the play action feature, their head extending up out of their chest. They took it away and just they got a separate extendable head that you just put on there instead of actually having the action feature. That Mattel, you need to do better. If you're going to release an Origin line figure and you're going to make it like the original, make it like the original with the action features too.
Yeah, I agree, dude. There's a couple of them that I think they do look great. I saw a few more like photos solicited of the other characters. They have Ram Man from the Masterverse stuff or Revelations. Whatever, it's the same shit. It's it's still a classic design. He looks good. I think he's coming out later this year. Manny Faces, I think he's out as well right now. I have the Sorceress. I did get her. I thought I put the short up, but I didn't. I recorded it, but I never uploaded it. But I'll get it there, or I'll put up the full review or something, because she's a cool looking figure. But I think some of the designs look really good, and others is kind of like a pass. I wasn't crazy about the Merman figure, so I didn't bother getting him. I saw him once.
You know what one didn't look half bad is I see that all the damn time in the stores. Nobody apparently wants to buy it. Was the Too Bad one? That doesn't look horrible.
Oh, I have that one. Did I put up the short? Let me see. I didn't put up the short yet on that one, but I will.
You are just slacking, sir.
Yeah, a little bit. My sinuses have been so screwed up over the past week.
I got to get you motivated.
And all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Well, I did do a full review though. I did the Dracula, the Bela Lugosi Dracula from NECA. I did shoot that one, and it is up. Should we share it now or wait a little bit?
If you want to show it now, fine. And like I said, I got two more topics, but one is actually a toy break, and it kind of goes in conjunction with Hasbro and their ridiculousness. But yeah, you want to show the Dracula, go for it.
Yeah, this guy is he's pretty damn awesome.
I've been seeing him a lot in Target, which I think is kind of surprising because usually the new ones get snagged up pretty quick.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's been sitting there. Every time I go in, I see him. That and the Herman Munster, who's pushed all the way to the back of everything. Nobody wants to see that thing.
That's hilarious, dude. This thing, perfect figure. I would jump on it, to be honest, especially if you do like Universal Monsters. Holy hell, this thing! Very, very surprised by it. I mean, the sculpt work alone, the paint applications on this guy. Dude, he is killer. He's got 3 different portraits. Let me bump it up a little bit. Yeah, this thing is beautiful.
So here's a question with this one looking as good as it does. Are you thinking about getting the accessory pack for him?
I still can't justify that. $40 for a coffin and a couple of creatures. I don't think so.
I mean, you want to be coughing up the dollars?
No, I think it's a waste of money, dude. I mean, if it was like $20 or something, maybe, but 40, It's the price of another Universal monster.
Actually, it's more, but
yeah, dude, it's freaking crazy. Yeah, no, I think I'd rather get the Invisible Man than pick up the coffin. You know, but yeah, no, I think this thing came out beautiful. The way they did this, I'll jump up a little bit. Like we got to see.
Hey, Soul Assassin, what's going up? And what's going on, Time Prophet? Yeah, this is Dracula.
Yeah, this guy is really awesome. And yeah, I was playing Resident Evil 4 earlier today. Yeah, they finally lifted the ban, so I was able to stream it. I guess because it's coming out tonight. But I guess in certain parts of the world, it might be already out now. But yeah, I got that. I got Resident Evil 4 like 4 days early. Walmart had it, for those who are curious. And yeah, I snatched it up there. I had some discount cards, so I got the game at half price and 4 days earlier. So it was pretty awesome. And I figured out how to do my streaming through the PlayStation because I've never streamed a game before. So I did a little bit of Resident Evil Village the other night, and today I did Resident Evil 4, the remake. Holy shit, that game's a lot of fun. Dig it. But yeah, going back to Bella here. I mean, look at that freaking likeness. Dude, that is so spot on. And again, the way they did the paint, I think it's all digital, the way that they do the eyes and everything, and you know, the lips, and they got those little subtle shades all over his face. Yeah, no, it's a home run.
I bet you in the future you will be able to pirate action figures by downloading the digital version and then printing it out in a 3D printer.
Yeah, very possible.
I know a lot of people. I've heard problems with some of the 3D printing like that. I know we were talking with Chris about that, and he says sometimes a lot of these plastics that you get in for the 3D printers, they don't hold up. Even the stuff that's actually supposed to be more durable, he says some of it just doesn't hold up. So you could probably print your own figure. You just won't be able to do nothing with it. It'd be in a static pose because if you move it, it'll probably snap into a million pieces.
Yeah, it could be very fragile. But again, in time, because that's all it is, man. It's time is going to determine. Because the technology, from when I was working in the toy companies, like it shot up leaps and bounds in like 20 years, you know. Because when they were first doing that technology, using like the real skins and stuff like that, it was very crude, and there was only 2 companies that were using it. But yeah, now everyone pretty much, like, you have your own freaking at-home printers and shit. So yeah, you never know. I saw one online. Someone made their own Link from the Legend of Zelda, like a multi-jointed figure. Pretty insane. I guess because they're sort of like SH figure arts. So like certain points, you know, they have the male and the female joints. So you just snap it all together, and yeah, that's super like highly articulated figure.
Well, I've seen some of these figures they actually sell in the stores, like you're talking about, like the SH Figure Arts, and some of the other smaller companies are doing figures, like the ones that did those Yu-Gi-Oh figures. Those things are so damn cheap, it's not even funny. I took one out of the package and was messing with it just a little bit, almost no articulation. All the articulation was arms. It felt like the arms were going to snap off. I didn't even bother opening the last 2 figures that, you know, from that series because they were so bad. And I will never buy from that company again. With Fathead Toys or Fat something toy, whatever it was. Like, they'll never get my money again.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff, dude. But yeah, again, if you guys are into the Universal monsters and stuff, this is your ultimate, you know, everyone's kind of favorite Dracula. And
did you see what Trina said? She's like, she's going to get the black and white version too.
Yeah, I want to see it in stores first, but I know the black and white stuff has been fantastic as well. Frankie has Frankenstein and the Wolfman black and white, and they're beautiful.
Now I'm just waiting for the glow-in-the-dark versions to come out. Definitely want to get the Dracula. I want to get Creature. Did they have another release? Oh, yeah, Invisible Man. I'm assuming they're going to do him in glow-in-the-dark too.
Oh yeah, I mean, if they did the first wave as the first 3 figures, I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. But you're not getting this one?
The full color? I haven't bought any of those universal full colors. I've only been buying the glow in the dark ones.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised. So you don't have a favorite that you'd be like, oh yeah, I definitely want that.
Even the favorites that I wanted, yeah, it's still it's because when I was younger, that's what I had. I had the glow in the dark versions.
Right.
So I'm more drawn to having the glow in the dark versions. I mean, I even had an old Dracula in the old Mego 8-inch scale. I had one of them sitting somewhere in the back. But I mean, even then, I mean, it's something about those glow in the dark figures. I grew up with them, and that's the ones I want to collect. I'm not saying anything about these not being as good. I just prefer the glow in the dark ones.
Oh, I hear you. I don't think the glow in the dark one's going to come with the cape, though.
Probably not. But then again, I mean, who knows? I mean, all the other ones came with the basic figures. They don't come with any extras.
Yeah, no.
But you know what? You know what's nuts about that is they charge the same price for the glow in the dark ones that they do for these whatever all the extras. Which I find that I find that kind of insulting a little bit. I mean, okay, yeah, it's a glow in the dark feature, but it shouldn't be just as much as these boxed ones.
No.
What's going on, Slasher? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Time Prophet, I won't drink your blood. DVB asked a question. Sorry if this is a stupid question, but how do they even make these with molds? Do they like melt plastic in the molds or something?
Well, they cut steel over there. They have a steel mold for all this stuff. So it's like every part, every face, all that stuff. And over time, like the molds do get damaged. That's why, like, if you're gonna get stuff like this, you get the first couple of batches, because over time, like, they can warp more and more. You know. Well, that's why, like, a lot of those companies, like when they're discarding their molds, you'll have like another CD company. They'll take those molds out of the garbage, and then that's how you get a lot of your third-party figures.
Yeah, it's how China was doing it with all the G1 Transformers.
Yeah. It's either that or someone working in there when they're supposed to be throwing it out, they sell it to another company. There's a lot of different ways that they.
Well, there was a lot of companies I've seen, like companies that were doing like the Doc Marten boots and stuff like that. They would actually take like the thirds and everything, you know, the bad cuts of the boots, and they would take them out and they would sell them at flea markets. They would just dumpster dive them all out. They'd take them and sell them like as a big bundle to somebody that went to the flea market and sold them. Because I would see them all the time at the local flea markets when I used to still live up in Jersey. They would always have, and these were legit Doc Martens. There was just one small flaw somewhere on the boot, like maybe one boot was just slightly longer than the other, or maybe a couple of the stitches were out of place, or they were popping out. But that was it. You get a brand new pair of Doc Martens for like $15 because they were thirds.
That's amazing. Yeah, a friend of mine when I was living in New York, his wife was she helped design Timberland boots. And they said there was like a third party that did their knockoffs as well, and you couldn't tell them apart. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. But I just want to show you guys like the three classic. There's your Frankenstein versus Dracula versus the Wolfman. So they need to make Abbott and Costello now.
Right? No, that'd be cool. Like a whole setup for it. Time Prophet. Yes. I used to work for a company called Silgan Plastics when I used to live up in Pennsylvania for a while. And we used to make Listerine, Clairol bottles and stuff like that. And we had the big plastic blow mold machines. Those things were humongous. And just the molds, when we do machine change outs for different bottles, those molds were heavy as shit, man. Big ass metal molds and they would have to constantly be checked for problems, and then if there was problems, they would have to, if they could fix them, they'd fix them. If not, they would throw them out and get new molds.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. You're welcome, DVB. But these things are beautiful, and that's how they retain so much detail as well, because they are they are steel.
Have you ever done a video showing off all the figures you have?
The only one I missed, well, he's in the box right now, was the Mummy. Those are the 4 I have right now. There's 5 of them out. Trina, she also has the Invisible Man. I have not seen him in stores, but
you know what she should do? She should do a video just filming a table and claim it has the Invisible Man on it.
Frankie did that as a short, The Invisible Man Telling Jokes. He just had the microphone. So that's over on his YouTube channel, Frankie Knows. But yeah, I mean, again, like hitting this thing from different angles with a light, you could see how much detail and how accurate like the face sculpt is and everything. Yeah, these guys, they did an amazing job with him. He got a perfect score. I don't give too many figures a perfect score, but he got one. So yeah, the Invisible Man is standing behind Dracula. That's exactly it. So technically, yeah, I guess I could say I have 5, right? But yeah, this guy is perfect. Again, if you're a fan of Universal Monsters and you haven't jumped on Dracula, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Yeah, this guy's a must purchase.
Yeah, you know what? As far as like who's been killing it with the Universal Monsters, of course, we know NECA's been doing a phenomenal job with most of the molds that they've been putting out there. But Jada was another one. Jada was doing some Universal Monster stuff, and they were killing it as well.
Yeah, I actually seen their Bride of Frankenstein in a comic shop, and I was tempted to pick it up because it did look really good. But I'm like, these guys will eventually hit that one too. So,
thank you, Soul Assassin. He put Frankie's Invisible Man shirt up. Soul Assassin, that's another thing. You know, he says he used to like going to the flea markets and seeing all the bootlegs. I mean, that was a thing like back in the day, like back in the 80s and even into just the very early tip of the 90s. Some of that stuff that people thought were bootlegs were not, because I picked up a lot of stuff that was direct from Japan as far as the old Microchange line before they became Transformers. They were selling legit shit from Japan back then because there wasn't as many regulations on who could come over and sell that stuff in the flea markets.
Yeah.
So they were sending stuff directly over from Japan and selling out in the flea market tables. I picked up most of my early GoBots. They weren't from Tonka. They were actually from Bandai in Japan, and they were still listed as Machine Men. The exact same figures, same toys. They were just a little bit cheaper because they were selling them out in the flea market.
Yeah, we used to get stuff like that all the time too, because where my father had a shop down the street from him, there was like this little Chinese shop, and they would get like all sorts of stuff, crazy imports, things that fell off the back of a truck and whatnot. And we got a lot of figures from them, and yeah, they were direct from China or Japan, and a lot of them were knockoffs. Some of them were legit, but the flea markets, yeah, I remember that as a kid. We'd always go to those in like New York and Jersey. They both had them. Usually like during the weekend, like once a month or some shit. They had like these massive kind of flea markets. They're out in the open, roll of tents and shit.
I tell you, still my favorite of all times was the U.S. Route 1 indoor flea market up there in New Brunswick. Same one that old Crybaby Smith had in Mallrats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to go to that one all the time, man. And that's where I picked up the bulk of my Microchange line stuff that I had, like the early Soundwave, who was called Cassette Man. All the tapes, they were called like Jaguar, Condor, stuff like that. Like all those things, that's where I picked them all up. I love going there. And all those vendors were direct from Japan selling that shit, man. I couldn't get enough of that stuff as a kid. It's just really is a shame that that's all gone now. I mean, you try to get that shit that's imported now, they're raking you over the coals for that shit.
Yep. That sucks, dude.
Time Prof is like, does this model have any reflection in the mirror?
Dude, it is so crazy good, though.
Oh, did you, Brittle? Oh, that place was freaking phenomenal. Here's a little tidbit about that US 1 market. In the parking lot, did you know they actually had somebody was buried out by one of the street lamps or the parking lot lamps?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, somebody was buried there, and they actually just caged off that area right around where they had one of the parking lot lights. And then there was a body there. They just left it there. They just caged it off.
Imagine if his name was Parker, though.
I think it was a female.
Maybe she was playing. Oh,
It didn't look anything like in the movie, though. I mean, obviously they played it up in the movie, making it look a lot more dirt than it really was.
Oh,
the only female that reverse parked correctly.
No, I have never gone to Red Bank. I've been through Red Bank when I used to work for an armored truck company, but like actually, like going to a shop or something in Red Bank, nope, never.
Do you know what the Allies should have done during World War II when they invaded Berlin? If they wanted a quick win, take Berlin immediately, they should have had 4 or 5 female tank drivers drive in and order them to reverse park. That city would have been done in a few hours.
But I want to spin back into Hasbro real quick.
Yeah.
So I said I was not buying any new stuff. I did buy something. I did it for a reason too. So I'm tired of seeing these people that are simping for Hasbro and just saying that these toys are great. These toys are marvelous that they're still putting out by Hasbro's putting out, and they're like in this denial stage. So I picked this damn thing up as one of my favorite characters, and you can see what I did with it at the end of this little toy break. So here we go.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back. We are hanging out with Cliff Jumper, the master of the Transformers, and what are we showing off today? Now, normally I wouldn't be buying anything else by Hasbro, but I seen this Grimlock is one of my favorite characters. So I seen this core class figure, and I picked it up anyway. And from what I'm seeing in this packaging, I am incredibly disappointed with this Legacy Evolution Grimlock. We're going to get this one out and we're going to show off everything that I already can't stand about this figure. Right out of the package here is Grimlock. And you know what? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Hasbro, they're being so cheap. They're so worried more about agenda and politics than they are about making good toys. Because this blocky, flat-looking thing is one of the worst interpretations of Grimlock I ever seen. And this horrible, horrible weapon that he comes with is just tremendous. And I know that the core figures don't always come with good weapons, but that, And this is his Dino mode. This is horrendous looking. Like, look at this big, blocky, ugly piece of shit. And I know that Hasbro has done some pretty good figures in the core class before, but this looks like a piece of trash. I think this is just going right back to the store. Anyway, guys, be sure to let Jumper know what you think about this horrendous nightmare. Later, y'all.
Yeah, so we're here in Target, and this boy is going back. Sayonara. Yeah, it's a message of make trash. It goes back.
Dude.
What a horrendous piece of fucking shit that thing was.
Dude,
no, it wasn't a My Little Pony, and Indian Dancing Land.
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, that looked awful. This blocky piece of shit.
Do I sneak off to the toilet for an ad break? No. And I never put the pigs in the microwave. It's just a turntable. It's not a microwave. Is that the Robot Wars arena? Yeah, because it's the easiest place for me to film.
Yeah, no shit.
I can't believe how horrible that is. Like I said, I've seen core class figures before that actually look halfway decent, and they've had some right before with their last line. This blocky, flat-chested, like it looks like it was a non-binary Grimlock, I suppose.
Non-binary.
It was the biggest piece of trash I ever seen, and he had a big fat back end as a dino. So I guess they weren't trying to body shame him. They made his tail extra large or something. I don't know what it was, but this thing was garbage, and it went right back the next day after I filmed this review. I was like, nope, that thing is gone out of here, sayonara.
That is pretty funny. Oh, what's up, Kai? How you doing, man?
What up, Kai? And what's up, Miss Martin Muses? Hello there. I hope that you were doing well. Good to see you.
Nice. Hey, all right. I
Gridlock those pronouns in the third person. Me, Grimlock, non-binary, fat tail ass.
Tip: don't mention transgender transformers on Twitter. Bad idea. I tried it.
There we go. I got the sorceress up, the short.
Oh, okay.
There. Yeah, as promised, because you guys wanted, so here it is.
Yeah, I want the sorceress.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah.
One sec.
I'll tell you what, even the three, because they had 3 versions of her in the Origins line. I've got all 3. Even all 3 of those in the different colors, because they did the mini comic version where she was all green. They did the one with the clear wings and everything that was part of Castle Grayskull. I think she had a clear body too. And then they did this one with the blue, orange, and white in the Origin line. They did all 3, and all 3 of those were actually phenomenal for the Origin line too.
Yeah, I seen the all white one. I was tempted, but I'm not getting that line, so it's like I didn't want to just get the one figure. But she did look good. But yeah, again, I like the ones that are a little bit more, in scale with other figures.
Reverse sorceress in the mail today, and I think she looks pretty damn awesome.
It wasn't today; I got a couple days ago. But,
the box
that box art is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm loving the designs that they did.
Hello there.
It's closer to the classic stuff. Although, yeah, the dress part is longer, but I do think that looks really cool.
Yeah, there's Manny faces, and he comes, I think, with like 6 or 7 different heads. So you could do that rotating thing or whatnot.
All the other characters in the line.
I don't have them though.
Manny Faces is a pretty good looking piece as well. But yeah. So here she is. I guess they're out now. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store, in case you guys were wondering. Yeah, they are.
This one looks like a 10 out of 10.
I just got my master.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The cape thing, that feels a little cheap. It slides on with like elastic hoops. So you gotta slide one up all the way near on like on the bicep, and the other one's like about mid forearm, and you can kind of put her arms out, and it holds pretty well. But the material could have been better that they used, because they just have like orange that's stitched, like an orange material that's stitched on top of the blue. But I don't know, for what it is, it's still okay. The figure itself looks great. So yeah, maybe I'll do I'll review all 3, Stinkor, Fisto, and her. And we could probably make some stupid jokes.
I guess she's in good company.
Yeah.
You need another Fisto, right? And then have a Chris Fisk head printed up.
Yeah,
well, you could have Chris Fister.
The only one missing though would be Ram Man, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, again, Big Bad Toy Store. I think I saw it on there. I gotta check. Maybe they have it solicited.
Yeah, put Ram Man behind the sorceress.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. DVB Gridlock, because Soul Assassin, was it Soul Assassin said Gridlock? Yes, it was Soul Assassin. Gridlock could be an excellent transformer. He could be like 3 or more cars smashed together to appear as an accident scene and transform from that. The way Hasbro's going, they might as well at this point. It would be more interesting, because that freaking turd that they called Grimlock was a total waste of $9.99.
Yeah, right. Jeez. I'm glad you brought him back. But yeah, here's Ram Man, and I think he looks.
That one looks good.
Yeah, he's going to be in that packaging like too bad. So he's more of a deluxe figure.
I had the original, but the legs kind of broke after a while, so they just sunk into his body.
Yeah.
So it looked like he had no thighs or knees.
Yeah, that's the major problem. I think we all had that problem over time. That's how he broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how they did this one. I don't know if it's like a soft material or something, and he's got joints underneath, or it looks a little funky on some photos, but other photos it looks really good. So I don't know, because it's bending here, so that looks like soft plastic or rubbery kind of material. But I don't know. He does look good though.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm always happy when they throw the extra stuff in there. The different heads and things like that. So you get the classic look, you get a more updated look if you want, but pretty cool though. Pretty cool.
Ellen Page is a good transformer. No Jennifer Lawrence toys. Would be excellent for trying to rail tracks. Oh no! What's up, Luffy?
The Jennifer Lawrence one though should come with a couch.
I thought it would come with a glass ceiling because she broke them.
Oh, that's it.
Comes with knee pads. She comes with the first of everything.
Ugh, so annoying.
Oh shit!
But I had one other toy I was going to show off,
mm-hmm.
and this one I was impressed by this figure. It's another NECA figure. Imagine that. I mean, for all the problems I've heard people talk about with NECA, I have not seen it because I've got a collection of close to 60 plus figures in the back, and most of these I have at least taken out and looked at. Probably
mm-hmm.
at least half of them.
Yeah.
And I have not had any issues with any of them. Maybe sometimes some of the joints are a little bit tight, but I have not had one of them break. The only thing I think I had break was actually an accessory, and that was for the Terminator, and it was on the shotgun. So like the little trigger guard around the end of the shotgun,
yeah,
that snapped off because that was like really, really thin plastic. Mm-hmm. And when I was trying to get out of his hand, the hands were so tight that it actually caught the trigger guard and broke it. But
wow.
I mean, yeah. Other than that, I haven't had no issues with the main bodies of the figures themselves. Like, because I hear these nightmares where the joints snap and break. But
yeah. It was mostly the early figures because they were still kind of working out their kinks. But every now and then, you might get something where the plastic is either pinched in a weird way, and if you don't heat it up properly, it could snap off.
DVB, even on the Origins line, Ram Man, he bends at the knees. So he does still have the spring feature. It's not great. It does work, but he does have a spring up feature on the Origin one, but he does have bendable knees too. And I want to say his feet turn a little bit to the side.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was decent. The Origin one, I picked up the deluxe version. But this one from NECA, oh my god, I put this short up, man. I was so impressed by this figure. Man, that short got almost no love at all. Nobody cares about these figures from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, apparently. But I'm gonna get into this and see what everybody thinks about this one. Here we go.
Guys, what's going on? And welcome back. We are hanging out with Rorschach, who's giving us the butt. Not cool, Rorschach. Not cool at all. Anyway, guys, in conjunction with Nickelodeon, we got Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from NECA Triceraton Zog. Holy shit. Is this a big figure? I love all the artwork that's on here from the pages of the old comic in the back, and then some of the figure poses that they have sitting there as well. This one is huge. I just can't get over how big this one looks. We're going to get him out and take a look at him. Before we even get going right out of the package, this is one big chunky boy. He came with this big ass knife that we've seen in the package, and then underneath all the extra stuff, including his tail, extra guns, all kinds of different extra hands. NECA put a whole bunch into this figure, and this sucker is hefty. Goes in a bit of an action pose. He is so large and so blocky, it is actually kind of difficult to get him in a lot of action poses, but there is some articulation there. One other thing I almost forgot and overlooked is he does come with a few grenades that you could put into his hands. He goes charging at the turtles. I think this one is pretty decent for being such a huge, big, blocky figure. I do appreciate all the detailing they put in this and all the extras that were in there as well. Stuff that I just didn't even see coming, including, of course, that comic accurate blaster that he came with. The extra hands, some of them you probably could have did without, but it's always nice when they have all these extras, and that tail can actually help balance them because it does have a bit of a socket in the back where it's got a joint where you can actually move it up and down. The jaw, of course, opens up as well, and there's amazing movement not only in the chest, but in this head as well. Tremendous amount of movement in both of these cuts right here. The ball joints that they put in them are absolutely fantastic and give a wide range of movement in there. Not so much with the legs, and of course these joints down here by the ankles are extremely stiff, even though there is a nice tilt and rock in there as well. The knees are kind of limited once again because of how blocky the figure is, but everything that he comes with as he is, I think, is absolutely fantastic. Just to show off how incredibly large this figure is, we're going to put him next to the Playmates one. Yeah, there is no contest to the size comparison between these two. The NECA one is humongous and very comic book accurate.
Dude, that is a cool looking figure. Holy crap.
Dude, I cannot stress enough, like, the weight. I mean, I mentioned how big he's a chunky boy and he's big and he's blocky, but he's heavy. This thing has got heft to it. This thing has more weight in him than that spider gremlin that I reviewed. It's got more weight than and the spider gremlin obviously a lot bigger than him, like, you know, on the legs and everything. But those legs they don't have much weight. But the main body of that spider gremlin was a fairly decent size. This thing blows it out of the water with the heft that this thing has. Like this, if you threw this at someone, you could probably at least give him a concussion.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Holy shit, dude! I have another NECA figure too, but I didn't do the full review on him yet. But the Hudson figure, I finally opened him up. Holy crap! What a beautiful freaking piece. A lot of like the minor issues that I had, like with Goliath and stuff, like they tackled all that. So I'm glad that they're updating things and making like the joints smoother and stuff like that too. But I'll end up doing a full review on him because holy shit, beautiful, just like this thing, man, an incredible piece.
Oh, Luffy, Triceraton Zog was actually one of the leading Triceraton guys in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics by Eastman and Laird.
I do not remember that guy at all.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him. I wasn't that familiar with it, but I have.
Well, I remember the original Triceraton toy that came out, and he was in like one or two episodes of the cartoon. It wasn't many; they only had him in a few. But I remember the original toy. My brother and I both had it as kids. So when I'd seen the Playmates one, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, they did the Playmates one. And I'll tell you what, I wound up putting a short review up the Playmates one. There's no comparison. Even though the Playmates one has got a little bit more posability in the legs and everything, this one, it looks just so much better. It looks so much nicer. It's so big and it's so hefty. I mean, I prefer this NECA version over the Playmates one. Even though the Playmates does look more like the original toy version, this thing looks so much like the original comics version that I was just blown away by it. Absolutely blown away. I think if I was to heat up some of the joints in the ankle, they would move a little bit better. But there is still, for how big and blocky this thing is, like there's still a ton of articulation. I was able to get him in that running pose, and he was just standing up on his own joints and feet. Like I didn't add nothing. The tail wasn't even holding him up, and to have him in that weird running pose, if I tried to do that with the Playmate one, that thing would have toppled over. Matter of fact, the one thing I don't show is towards the end of this thing, and I did have it in the short. As he spins around, the big Zog one and the Playmate one goes towards the back, it just falls right off the disc. It just falls right off the spinning table. He's like, yeah, couldn't stand up on his own. And he was basically sitting flat on his feet, and it just went thump right over.
That's hilarious. Jeez, man.
Yeah, I forget where it was, how many issues in, but I have like the collected version of the original Eastman and Laird books, and there's a whole big section where they're off planet, and the Triceraton guys are involved in it.
Dude, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to do that with that spider gremlin. Like each one of those extendable leg joints, they all had to be like heated up, and I didn't feel like bringing out the heat gun for something that thin. So I did the hot water and dipped them all in hot water and popped them all in.
Nice. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do that. I mean, there's so many McFarlane figures back in the day that just snapped on me, and I was furious. But that's it. You got to, you'll learn from that shit.
Yeah, I hear you, Time Prophet. Fred is nothing but skin and bones. The Klingon tattoo, yeah. I got that a long time ago. It needs to be touched up one of these days. I just don't have the money. Thanks, Kai. Yeah, Vinnie and I have been doing it that way for a long time. Trina does that as well now. It's preferable, I think.
Yeah, I think you got both you guys into it to help with the presentation. But yeah, you found the one that has the light in the center too, which is cool.
Well, I was telling you about that early on. I said I know they have one with lights in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd already gotten mine though at that point. It was like, but it works. It helps so much too, because you don't want to be juggling the camera and the lights, trying to make sure everything's right. And sometimes it's a bit of a pain in the ass. I have the whole light box that I built, and Trina's got one as well. I think she bought hers. Where is Trina?
She put hers together herself, I thought.
Oh, did she? Can't remember.
I thought so. Well, I was telling her because early on I had one like that, and I just made it out of like that. They're I don't know, like go to the Dollar General and get that foam board.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Like 2x2 foam board or whatever the hell it is, and that's how I did my early one. But quite honestly,
board, tape. And you're good.
Hot glue, if you want to make it semi-permanent.
Well, I use I have Velcro on mine, so the way that I did it, I could fold it up because I don't have room to just leave a box open. So
well, I was actually looking into a way of making one of those, and I kind of put it aside because right now I'm just doing on the arena, so I got a big open space. But I was actually looking at doing one with like PVC piping because you can get like the joints and stuff like that, and you could fold it up.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, that'd be badass. You had a really great display with, like with trees and shit. Like, what you have for the He-Man?
Oh yeah. I break that out every once in a while. The only problem is that little display that I made, that little diorama, it's too small for a lot of the figures. I really needed to go much larger with it. Eventually, I will make a couple more dioramas because I want a street one. I want a science fiction one, and then I want another forest one.
Yeah. Cool. Stepping up the game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, eventually, if you want to display these things, I mean, me personally, I've seen a lot of people like Decepticons, Caves, and Villains. I mean, he showed off a few of those things. A few other people have as well, where they have these amazing like little diorama setups for all their figures. I mean, you cannot beat that. If you can make one of those yourself, or even if you could pick one up and store your figures like that, why not? It looks amazing absolutely. When you can do that.
Yeah. That's some cool shit.
I don't want to destroy my microwave because usually those type of toys ain't worth the time. I'd much rather just take it back and get my money back.
That's it. Get your money back and you buy something else cool.
Fill it up with raw meat and blood and say, just there's something fucked up about this toy you sold me. I'm a vegan. I can't have this.
Oh shit.
Well, most of these companies, they, or should I say, most of these stores, they won't even question when you return half the shit. Like all the times that I've taken some of these things back that were bad, like that brown Donatello and everything. Mm-hmm. They didn't care. They didn't care. And like this Transformer, they didn't even ask it all. I'm returning it. Oh, okay. You want it in cash or on your card? That's the only question they asked me.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all they should ask. It's like, yeah, these things are too expensive anyway. If they don't like shit or there's problems with them, yeah, gotta bring them back.
Hey, what's up, Deej?
What's up?
So, I mean, that was all the stuff I had, though. But holy crap, man! I did see a couple more NECA figures that they did for TMNT. They have the Shredder clones. Like, they're pretty weird looking. Like, I don't really recall them from the books, but I'm sure they were in there if NECA made them. But yeah, they were just weird looking. It wasn't as big as the Triceraton figure, but it was still a pretty large package. It came with a couple different Shredder clones. Like, one's got something like 6 arms or something.
Oh, jeez.
Pretty interesting. It's pretty neat looking. I mean, but yeah, brown Nutella.
Yeah. Holy crap. There's still delusional people that are looking to fight. I had a comment before. They're going, oh, he's actually olive green there. I said, no, he's not. He's shit brown. I had it in my hands.
Yeah, you really, I mean, they hide that fairly well in some of those stores because they use a lot of yellow lighting. But the minute you get home and you put it under a real light, like when I put it under my light for my setup when I'm shooting videos, I have a nice bright white light. And that shows off that shit brown fucking perfectly. Like, it's like it's a big turd with a turtle vest on.
Well, the Target I was at, the Target I was at, it was nice lighting in there. There was nothing yellow. It was a nice kind of white normal light, and you could see everything clear as day. I'm like, yeah, this is 100% brown. There's not a drop of green in there.
Well, the Target I went to, when I seen it, it looked more green, and they had when I went back, I looked and the lighting in that aisle and a couple of those aisles was yellowish. So I don't know if the things were just burning out or if they just put yellow lights in there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Shit. There's the creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, that thing looks so nice.
Yeah, he looks incredible, dude. Oh yeah. Oh, and sadly, the guy I had met him, the guy who did all the swimming scenes for the movie, Rico Browning, or I believe that was his name. I forget sometimes, but it's definitely Rico. That dude, he was cool as shit. He signed my original artwork of my sea creature, but yeah, he passed away like a week or two ago. But he was the last living Universal monster. But, yeah, dude, I definitely want to get this thing though.
Did you see the red Sonya one I found?
Yeah, that looks cool, but I'm not giving money to Dynamite. That Nick Bruce is a piece of shit. So, as cool as that figure is, I'm gonna have to pass on principle alone. Yeah, where did you find that anyway?
On Twitter.
There was here's the coffin set up for Dracula. But again, that's way too much money. So that's all it is. For $42, you get a coffin and 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Too much, dude. Too much.
Yeah, they should have had something else in there.
Oh, look at this. Got a special version.
Oh no, that's Dracula. At first, I thought it was Jekyll.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get to that one too. But yeah, this is the Carfax. This is a special version of it because they have the black and white one, and this is he's got white gloves and everything over here.
The city version.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty, badass. Papa, that's nasty. I'd show you my newest toy, but it went too deep and got away from me. I'll poop it later. Ah.
I like this with the inside of the cape that's lighter. That's freaking sweet.
What's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony. Just checking out some more figures. Yeah, this is slick. I'm digging it. I wonder if they're going to do the Spanish version as well. I think they should. Because they said, for those people who weren't aware, every day that they were shooting the original movie, they had a night crew come in and they did a Spanish version with another actor. And they said their shots were incredible during that. But there was rumor that they were supposed to put an alternate head in there, but the Bela Lugosi family said no.
Yeah, Frankie, yeah, maybe. Even if they weren't like really posable like the regular NECA figures, yeah, if it came with Dracula's 3 wives with the coffin, maybe that could have.
Yeah, dude, they should have stepped it up with something. Just the coffin itself is not enough. But Time Prop, what do you mean? This one has teeth. So is the one I have. He never had fangs in the movie. People are mistaken.
A special shout out to all the birthing persons in the chat.
Oh shit!
Now here's the thing with Jekyll, though. I mean, did they make a Jekyll figure and with a removable head to make him hide? Because technically, in the original version, Hyde was much smaller. Or did they make that like a 2-pack?
Oh, I don't know. That is a good question.
Now, opposed to the Dracula one, did you see the accessory pack for Frankenstein?
Not in stores. I've only seen it on here as well.
Yeah, I've seen it in stores. I've seen it a lot. I mean, it looks like the big table, and I think maybe some of the machinery or something in the background.
Yeah, here it is. Let's go to it. I think it comes with a sheet. Yeah, this is all he comes with.
Okay.
Yeah, the alternate wrapped up head, a torch, a sheet to drape over the body, and the table.
It just seems like that's another one where there should have been more to it.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, they could have thrown in background stuff. You know, they did it for the photos here. Like you see a table with the skull and bottles and shit.
They didn't even have to get crazy. Just a stand-up backdrop like the machinery or something. You know, there could have been something.
Yeah, anything. This is milking the property and draining people's wallets. That's all this shit is. I mean, Dracula's makes more sense, but yeah, look at it. They even had to do like cheap Photoshop to get like orange lighting because that's not a light up feature. And that looks like that looks like shit on top of it too.
It looks like a broom.
Yeah,
or a mop. A mop.
Yeah. Why isn't it going up in the air? Why is it like towards him, the flame? It doesn't even make sense. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I suppose if you had the torch laying down on the handle part, the flame would be going straight up. Like if you were holding it like it's a pipe. Like if you were smoking it like it's a pipe, it would definitely be flaming up on that end.
Yeah. Or if you're running, or you're walking towards the wind. But
whose arm is this?
Well, even running, it doesn't make any sense because you light it at the top. You don't light it at the side. So the fire would have had to have carried over from the top of the torch as it's blown backwards.
Yeah. They goof.
Yeah, it looks like a cheap tomahawk.
Yeah, it really does.
I think Frankie was hitting the pipe. That's what that was.
Shit. Well, you know what? It looks like the only black and white version of the Dracula is that one. It's the Carfax Abbey one. So that was interesting. No wonder Trino wants to get that because he comes with the extra accessories and stuff. And the main part of the body is different too. He's got the chain with the pocket watch.
Like the other ones, I don't really recall them doing anything really different with the black and white version. Because I remember when I seen the Wolfman and Frankenstein early on, I thought they were the exact same figures as
They are
full colors,
they are.
right?
Yeah, Dracula is the only one that they did this. They did a special version, I guess, to incentivize people to get both of them.
And see, that's smart. If you're going to make a figure, make some small change. They don't even have to be like ginormous. You could use the same basic body, arms, legs, and all that stuff. Maybe just make a little bit of a change in the front of the outfit or something. Add like that top hat, or maybe a slightly different version of one of the heads. I mean, that's all you need to do, and you can justify selling it as a completely different figure. And it's not to say that there is anything wrong about them making the black and white versions for somebody who wanted a black and white version over the color version. But even then, throw in something different, something extra to incentivize people who are going to get the color anyway to want to get the black and white because, hey, there's something different about this figure. That's just smart marketing.
I think so too, and it looks good. And if you want, you can even swap out the colored head and put it on that body because it's all black and white. The rest of his clothes. The only thing that'll look off maybe is the pocket watch thing. Because vampires don't have silver, so but it would be gold. But other than that, it's the only thing that would be off. So you could do a colored version too of this. I mean, I don't know. Well, if you have both figures, swap out those pieces, top hat, and whatnot.
That's some beautiful looking stuff that they got out there. I'm just kind of hoping, we've talked about it before, I really do hope, since they have the shitty zombie monsters, I hope that they get the licensing for the original monsters and do them instead.
God, dude, I would be all over those things. Yeah, that would be amazing. If they do it that same way with the same detail and the care that they're putting into these Universal monsters, dude, that is like instant money. Those things would fly off the shelves because the monsters still have, original monsters have that huge fan base still. But I am curious too. If what Frankie was saying, I wonder if they'd make the Lon Chaney London After Midnight. That there is no copy of the movie that exists. That's crazy. I have the 12-inch figure of them from way back in the day. Sideshow had made them. I got to dig that one out. But I don't have all of his accessories and shit. It's the figure itself. But he does have, like, I think his hat is, I think it was molded onto him or glued onto him. Did they ever show Spot the Dragon? No, right? It was just the stairs that open and the fireball.
You just seen the eyes, maybe. That was about it.
Right. Unless they each come with a piece of like the staircase and you put it together. That could work too. That could be pretty cool.
Full size Addams Family thing box would be great.
Yeah, dude, that'd be crazy.
I seem to recall them having something like that. It was like, you remember the days when they used to have the little the change things where with the top of the panel, the box would open up and like a little like hand or something would come out and grab the money on the top of the box. Do you know what I'm talking about? They were almost like piggy banks, but they had an opening feature. So it was automated. So when you put it up there and press the button, like a hand or something else would come out from the top and pull the coin in. Because there was a certain spot you put on top of the box where the coin would be grabbed by the hand that came out of the box. I forget what they were called, but I seem to recall something like that where they had Thing. And it was supposed to be Thing's hand coming out, pulling the coin into the box.
Oh, no shit.
I guarantee if Deej is still sitting in chat, he remembers those things.
Sounds pretty cool.
I remember them when I was a kid. They had a lot of weird shit like that, but I'm pretty sure that they had one for Thing, where it was a little coin bank. And what do they call it?
Way back in the day?
Yeah. Like probably like late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, okay.
I forget what they call them, like automated piggy banks or something like that. It was something to that nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can't say I'm familiar with it, though.
Oh, they did have one. I knew they had one. Okay. So here. Do. I see a bad pig arising.
Oh, dude, I also found this Stig's Red Sonja thing. I'll show that in a minute too. That thing's going for $75. Jesus.
There you go.
Oh wow. It's only 12 bucks.
You would put the coin in the slot, and you hit a little button, and the hand would come out and grab the coin and pull it in. So they also had ones. They also had ones that did something similar to that one. But yeah, I thought I remember this one, and this one came out in 1965. So
holy shit! It came out in 65.
A little bit older than I thought.
Has it?
Yeah, like they got these ones where it's like the little paws that come out and grab the coin and pull it in. You've never seen these things?
No, never seen them.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I knew something, and I gave you something new you didn't know.
Yeah, I'm not getting one, though.
Damn it, Vinnie.
Stop trying to get me to buy more crap. I've been cutting back, damn it. All this shit's too expensive. But yeah, speaking of expensive, here's the Red Sonja that Stig was talking about. This bitch is $75. That's not including shipping and tax. So this is a pricey figure, but she does look good. But again, I'm not giving money to Dynamite. I think it's a piece of shit company, and I'm really pissed that they still have the license for this.
Yeah, so $75 is too much. It becomes a principle thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, and for me, I can't stand that company. The owner is a scumbag and a thief and a crook and everything else. So, yeah, not going near. Oh, this flame effect is from a third-party thing. This isn't even an SH Figure Arts. I think they did their own, or Bandai. They have their own kind of things here. So that's...
well, I've seen that there's a couple people out there showing off these third-party companies that actually do female figures, and a lot of these ones, they've got removable clothes apparently on some of them.
Yeah.
Like at least the tops or magnetic boobs that you can put on the figures. I wonder if one of those third-party companies is probably doing like a Red Sonja or something. I would imagine somebody is.
Probably. They get the per factor. It helps them with their sales.
No, Time Profit. Yeah, he had one of those piggy banks with the skeleton hand in the coffin. Yeah. Yup. Frankie says you could see Spot blowing fire out of his nostrils. It looks like Godzilla.
Okay.
And Papa Cotton, I am not sure if they do. I want to say they do, but I haven't seen any in a long time, the little chatter teeth. Oh, DVB. I remember when I was a kid, when the original Star Wars came out, like this was a first wave of toys. They had a remote control Sandcrawler and a remote control R2-D2, even way back then.
Damn.
I recall it being kind of expensive back then, which is probably like, $40, $50 today.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it probably was less. Might have been like 20, 25. Because even 20 was kind of semi-expensive back then, because the Optimus Prime figure and the Megatron, back in the day, they were $19.99. And they were the more expensive figures in the Transformer line. Until you got to the big city ones like Omega Supreme and
yeah,
Metroplex. Yeah, that's when the prices started really going up. Yeah, when all the money goes digital, I wonder if they will upgrade the coin bank.
Holy shit! Yeah,
the devil chick is called Purgatory.
Yeah.
Cough on a hand that grabs us all as a kid. Yeah. I wanted the owners. What? I want to hear about that. Spill the tea, Vinny.
Spill the tea.
Yeah, if I had the old catalog in front of me, I would show it off. I think I might have showed that old catalog off in an older video. I just don't know where it is. I'll redo it as a short, and I'll put it up the next day or so, and I'll show off the old Star Wars catalog that I still have from Kenner. Soon, very soon, because I'm sure somewhere that's racist. They call her a red woman, red devil. Well, if we want to keep it accurate, shouldn't she be white, not red?
Oh my god. They're gonna come lynch you.
They can lynch these nuts.
Oh fuck.
Oh, if they don't want to fool me, I've got an Oswald gun.
You have a what?
An Oswald gun. I've got a Carcana.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know those bullets are magic. They don't want to mess with me.
Yeah, don't go messing with Tommy. You guys are gonna cry. That's creepy.
You know what? I still have Soul Assassin. I don't have all the original figures anymore because, like a dope, when I was 15, you know, you get in those moments where you're like, I want to get rid of some of these toys. I sold all my old Star Wars toys like a dope. I think I had two, maybe three left at most. So all the early bird figures I got are gone, which was 4 of them. But I do still have the original early bird base that they sent with the backdrop and the box that it came in. I still have that.
Shit. Probably sell that online.
Oh, I'm keeping that thing. That's part of my childhood. That and there was a Jawa playset where it has like it's like a cardboard cutout of a sandcrawler, and it's got like a lifting elevator to make it look like they're sucking the droids up, and it's got like the sand in the front, and it comes with the escape pod that you can put 3PO and R2 in.
Oh, nice.
And I still have the Droid Factory, and I have the Cantina playset as well.
That's pretty damn cool.
The only problem is because of the size of them, I'm going to need some pretty big shelves to put them on the wall when I eventually get my my separate room made.
Okay. Nice. Well,
yeah,
if you got a plan.
I'm sitting on a fortune.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You did miss out. I looked up that figure you mentioned earlier before the stream. The Twin Cast. The Blasters of the Version. He's selling right now on eBay for like 120. It's like 150. Someone's selling for $175.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I'd seen him and I looked at him and I was like, fucking Hasbro. And I just put it down, walked away. And they had another figure there. I'm trying to remember who the figure was. It was basically, it was a recolor of another, like Jyaxis or something like that, and they called it somebody else. But the paint job on this thing was so horrendously bad, and the face that they put on it was so horrible. The sculpt work, this looked like the worst bootleg ever. Like this looked like Dollar Tree quality bad.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, this is what people are clamoring about from Hasbro. This is garbage. I mean, like even the Twin Cast, the paint job on it looked piss poor.
Yeah,
I could have probably did better with spray paints outside of my lanai than what they did on this thing.
They got to give those kids in the sweatshops an extra nickel each. Make sure they do or another cup of coffee, another hit of fentanyl.
The George Floyd special.
Holy shit.
No, it really is sad to see how far they're going down, and like all these simps who keep like, this is greatest toys ever. Like you can't tell me that shitty ass Optimus Prime with a flat chest and a freaking horrible sculpt work is an amazing toy. Oh, you can miss me with that shit. And it's not to say that some of the legacy evolution figures don't look bad when they're making new molds, but most of them aren't new molds. That's the thing. Hasbro's being lazy. They're taking nothing but pre-existing figures, just recoloring them, maybe putting on a new retooled face. And they're saying, here's a brand new figure. They're just getting lazy at this point.
That's exactly it. That's shit. It's not okay.
And like you were talking about earlier, what's the problem with that when they keep reusing those same molds? The joints get loose, the figure starts falling over.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's getting distorted with the amount of the same shit that they keep using over and over again.
Well, I ran into that problem with one of the exclusives that they made for the Universal Monsters when they did Dracula's, Dracula Transformer crossover. It was a remolding or recoloring of the Mind Wipe one that they did. Not but a recoloring of him. And this damn thing, the joints were so loose it wouldn't even stand up on its own. It kept falling over. And I was like, what a piece of junk. And that was like one of the last crossovers between that and the G.I. Joe Megatron Hiss Tank. I have not bought any more of the crossovers since because they've all been garbage.
Yeah, and I saw him in a comic shop, and I'm like, yeah, I would have, but it's such a piece of shit of a figure. After seeing your review, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to waste money on this.
Especially for the freaking price tags. Ugh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like even the Dracula's one, even that was a little bit higher price tag because Universal.
Mm-hmm.
And like, nope. Yeah, I've seen that guy, Papa. The toy hunter. What the hell is his name? Mark? No, is it Mark? Damn it, what the hell is his name? Oh, wait a minute, two gay guys. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm thinking of Mark the Hunter or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so there's a show called Toy Hunter where two gay guys would find old toys for celebrities. They paid through those stuff in people's basements. That's interesting. I got a bunch of shit. I got a bunch of shit they can come by.
Yeah, I think I seen an episode of that a long ass time ago. I think Frankie showed me or something. But I did know I used to talk to a couple of collectors here and there. There was one that was getting kind of famous, and then they just disappeared like 6 months ago or almost a year ago. She was called Collector's Crush. Beautiful blonde, nice rack, and she had an eye patch. She had some kind of medical condition, and she lost her sight, I think, in one eye. But it was her and her boyfriend, and they were going around different shops and stuff in kind of like my area and a little bit south of me. And we were going to meet up at one point too and do something on for YouTube, but we never got a chance to. But yeah, they just kind of vanished. I don't know what the hell happened. And they were getting good subscribers. They had like 10,000 subscribers, like in like no time, a couple of months they were doing it.
Well, you know what I think happened? It's the same thing that happened to a lot of the toy channels. Some of them actually got hit, and some of them just got so scared that they packed up shop and ran. And when that whole Copa thing started,
what do you mean they got hit?
Some of the people got hit early on when that Copa stuff went in.
Oh,
when they started, toys for, or big toys are made for children type people, where some of those things where they were reviewing them, some channels that were doing toy reviews, if they didn't specifically say these are not made for children, if they didn't put that stuff in there, they were getting hit.
But their channel's still up.
Yeah, but they might have, maybe they got demonetized, or maybe something happened, or they just ran scared, because I know there was a lot of people in the toy community that were scared. Steve's got to jump off real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day.
Well, Steve, go ahead. Let everybody know what you're up to.
Nothing much until April 1st. We're gonna do the book stream on Teresa's channel. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's quiet times. Gives me a lot of time to watch movies and whatever. So
nice.
It's awesome.
Watch movies, relax, and have a good time. I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping in, Steve.
Oh, thank you for having me on as always, and thanks to Vinnie and the chat for being good company as well.
Hell yeah, brother. Dude, always a blast. Go, manja, eat.
Yeah, I will. Take care and be well, both of you.
You got it, buddy.
Steve.
Bye.
Later.
Later, man.
Hey, yeah, two gay guys find toys questionable.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'll be avoiding that channel. Oh shit! But yeah, no, I going back to for a second on what you were saying. Yeah, I know that they there were a couple of people that they were talking about that. What was it? That guy, Foosh. There was a couple of them. There's one guy who does all Transformers shit, and again, he has a pretty big following, pretty massive. And he said, yeah, he goes, I'll stay for as long as I have to, but if they're gonna start hitting my channel, he said he'll leave. But they never did, and those guys were fine. But I believe the other ones, like they popped up after that. And I didn't see them having any major issues, unless maybe they broke up and they just abandoned the channel. That could have happened too.
Possible. But I do recall a lot of people were scared about that Copa stuff, and I was like, dude, I said, if you already have your channel set to not for kids, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about.
Right. This is true. Oh, there's some other scumbag. Oh, there's some scumbag who's trying to steal their gimmick. They have another blonde that looks like her with an eye patch and a different hair. Wow, there's a lot of scumbags out there, bro.
No, I mean, that's the kind of thing you're going to run into. A lot of people, some people we might have known that they don't have no personalities known, that they can't make up stuff on their own. So they steal a little bit from everybody, including movies, because they don't have nothing original.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're going to run into people like that, and you see it all the time. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have probably seen people that they know on YouTube that are doing that same damn thing. They have no original ideas of their own. They take a little bit here and there from everybody else, and then they act like they've come up with something new. No, you're just parroting everybody else's ideals because you don't have any. More than likely, like Steve says, a lot of those people are what he calls franchise tourists, and they're only there because it's a hot button topic. You know what? I will sit there and get into it, like the Minerva figure. Did I have to get into where that figure came from? And no, I recognize the figure, and I wanted to get to it. Why? Because I'm passionate about the old school Transformers. And I was passionate about everything Hasbro was doing up until the point where they started injecting their goddamn agenda into all that crap and just ruining it for me, because I will not support a company that wants to go down that road, especially when they start making shit like that freaking Grimlock figure with the big fat ass.
Yeah.
No, I'm not supporting that kind of crap. I will not. But see, because I'm passionate enough to get into it and start talking about things that maybe somebody don't know about. Like when I had a discussion on Shockwave, and I got into, Shockwave wasn't created by Hasbro. It wasn't created by Takara. It was created by a Toy Box of Korea, who licenses out to a bunch of different companies, including Radio Shack and Tandy. And it's called Galactic Man there. And they issued it out under their own banner, as well as to Gigi and Joustra, who both would actually sublet for Takara, some of their Transformers early on. Again, the micro chains and stuff like that. Well, they subletted to that company too as Astro Magnum. But most people don't know that or don't remember it. They think that, they just bootlegged the Transformer. No, this came from Toy Box of Korea, who licensed it out to all these different companies.
Right.
It just happened to be that Transformers, and Hasbro and Takara wound up making the most. Well, actually, originally Takara couldn't sell Shockwave at first. He was another one. Him and Jetfire, there was some problems with them selling it under their label, since the other labels already had it. But Hasbro made so much money with Shockwave, especially including them in the cartoons and the comics and everything like that. They become the preeminent face for that figure, even though they never made it originally.
Yeah.
Shit. I dare these people that claim that they're experts and they're fans of these franchises to come out with some information that somebody has never heard about these damn toys. I will run circles around them. If it's something that I'm passionate about and something that I know about, I will run circles around them about the information that they don't know.
I know. I've seen it before, dude. It's fantastic. You slapped down a bunch of people early on. I think that's when I was like, yeah, I like this guy Tommy. He knows his shit, and he doesn't give it. He doesn't care what these so-called other YouTubers think. He's gonna give it to you straight.
Every single time.
Yeah,
every single time.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
It's pretty cool.
As much as I love that everything Hasbro was doing up until this point, I have no problem calling them out when they did stuff wrong, even before the agenda stuff. If they screwed up like that freaking His tank, like the Dracula's figure, and there was a few other ones, I said, these are shit. These are garbage. I am not going to suck up, and I'm not going to be dishonest. I have integrity. So if I'm giving somebody a toy review for something that I think is interesting, I'm going to give them an honest opinion of why I think it's interesting, what the downfalls still are with that figure. And if the figure is just absolutely trash, I'm going to tell you, don't waste your time with it. This is bad. This is a horrible figure. But I see so many of these other people, because they're getting deals with these companies, they're getting free toys, and they shill the shit out of this garbage. Like, really, you are happy to get garbage? You're happy to get dollar store knockoff toys from Hasbro? And you're going to praise this shit? Nah, dude.
Yeah, because what they do is they send them free merchandise. I've seen that before. What's his name? Shartimus Prime. I used to watch that guy, but I know he gets a bunch of free shit. And he gets extra nice about figures. I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. That's why I stopped watching that guy. But yeah, because I know like he's all up Todd's ass too. Like, he gave him some shit for a little bit, and then because he was getting all this free stuff, he was being really cool about things. And like, okay, like I don't trust a lot of those type of reviews. But yeah, it does suck. The people who are more real, yeah, you're right. They don't really get that many eyes on them, which really blows. Because there's too many people that are just doing that. They're doing the little side hustle. Yeah, talk good about my shit. No, I'll keep giving you stuff, and we'll promote you more.
No, absolutely, you can over time tell. And I see what everybody's saying, the clickbaity stuff, and that. I mean, it's true. It's true. Yeah. It's true. It's a shame that it happens, but it's one of those things too. I mean, it can be discouraging for a lot of people. And when you're coming on, you're passionate, and you're talking about the shit, and you're just getting overlooked. If you're really that passionate about it, you will keep going. For the longest time, my channel absolutely did not get noticed at all, not even in an inkling. My channel is still incredibly small, but it's constantly growing day after day. Why? Because I'm very... Anybody that's coming by my channel and they're looking to see if what I'm talking about is legit or whatever, they see the consistency in everything I talk about and everything I say. I don't sit there and flip-flop, and I don't follow like a hot trend because, oh, this toy is doing well or this. No, I speak true about it. And it's like the NECA stuff. I understand there's a lot of people that have problems with NECA because they've seen problems with quality in those figures. I have never seen it, so I can only tell you about my experiences with those figures. And everything that I've seen from those figures, I've enjoyed the shit out of. So until I see something bad, I can't really knock NECA for what they're doing right now, because I'm sorry, I just haven't seen those bad problems that some of these other people are talking about.
Yeah. I'm with you, dude. Like, I see stuff early on, but there's certain things like I still got because I like the lines, or I like the whatever the property was, and they were getting better and better all the time. Like, I had less and less issues with any of them. But yeah, I do agree. Some of the stuff early on were a nightmare. And I believe like one of the figures that one guy did, the retro guy, what the fuck is his
Retro Blasting.
Yeah, retro blasting. Like when he had a conniption fit about something. I'm like, well, yeah, I know what the hell that is exactly, and like it's something that he should have been aware of as well. But and that's it. You got to heat up these figures on top of it. Most people know that, to turn the joints and shit, especially early on with the cheap plastic they were using.
Well, even with some of those joints and some of the figures, I don't sit there and heat up every last one of them. But what I do is I slowly start moving them.
Yeah, that too.
I don't. Yeah. I know a lot of people just automatically like, let's just twist the arm up into a position. They snap it. I've never done that with any of them. I always take my time turning them at first.
Yeah.
If I have to heat them up like I did with the Spider Gremlin, I will heat them up in the warm water, or maybe I'll bring out the heat gun on a low setting and just try to warm them up a little bit to get them moving. But I've never once done any of those figures just like, I'm just going to bend it. Like the TMNT NECA version of Renee. Like, I've talked about how weak the joints and the elbows and the arms felt, and I really felt like it could have snapped. And I was taking my time being extra careful with it.
Right.
But even then, they felt weak, and it's partly because of how paper thin our arms are. But even then, I was worried about it, so I didn't just rush into just bending them. I just slowly worked them a little bit. Once I started working them, they moved just fine. I mean, I think a lot of these people don't have any patience for that shit either. And I know they're employing, and you feel like you should be able to just take them right out of the pad and put them in any pose. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have got that with the old Kenner figures, because I had old Kenner figures where I went to move an arm and it just snapped right the hell off. And it's not like those old Kenner figures were really made, that cheap. The plastic was a lot more hardcore back then. Shit happens sometimes.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, when they're mass producing that many of them, like I said, you could have something like a piece of plastic gets pinched on something else, and or how they glue things together. There could be a lot of different issues here and there, but yeah, you just got to be mindful about that stuff. That's another reason too why I like to be able to look at a figure in package. And a lot of these companies, they're going with this, no windows. It's all cardboard and paper, and there you go. And here's a fucking a photoshopped image of your figure. Like, no, I want to be able to see it. That way, I can see if there's any defects and shit. You can pick a better one.
It's one of the things that I do appreciate about NECA is they don't skimp on the window. I mean, there's been a few figures I think maybe they haven't put the window packaging on for the real, like certain ones they don't, like the Dracula accessories or the Frankenstein accessories. So you're only getting the pictures on the box, and I think there might have been a couple other figures, but for the most part, you had those big windows, or like the NECA, the ones NECA are doing for TMNT. It's a big open clear bubble window, so you can clearly see the figure and most of the accessories they come with, except for the ones that are hidden underneath the figure.
Yeah, no, dude, yeah, absolutely, man. I'll tell you one thing though. I'm kicking myself in the ass that I missed out on the was the Friday the 13th. They had that pack where it was like part of like Crystal Lake, something like that. I would have probably gotten now, but at the time
that was the one was Friday the 13th Part 1 and Part 2. It was his mother and him.
Yeah, it was just like the accessory pack stuff.
Oh no, just the accessory pack. Oh,
it was just an accessory pack. It wasn't a 2-pack. I never seen those in stores. I saw the accessory pack, and it wasn't as expensive as these other ones, but they had cool shit. They had like to make it look like he was underwater, but like he's kind of floating. Like they had a whole stick with the chain and the weight on the bottom. They had part of like the dock and the banner that says "Welcome to Crystal Lake." Like they had all this kind of awesome cool shit. The campfire came with that little kind of. It came with a few things. I was like, shit.
Well, I know the second movie version, he came with a campfire too, and I really wanted that figure, but I didn't have the money at the time.
Yeah,
and I missed out on it, and man, that just burns me up that I couldn't get that. Yeah, Slasher says I'm broken McFarlane figures just opening the packaging.
Yep, same here. And when I was working there as well, I did QC on a couple of figures just to take a look. There's a few figures that we had some major issues with, and I saved them a lot of money because if they weren't mass producing them, that would have been a major fuck up. And they don't do that all the time, by the way. That's why a lot of those, like, you'll have a lot of problems that come out. When I was there, I'm like, yeah, we got to do QC on these. We got to make sure they're going to be good out of the packaging.
Soul Assassin says some Hasbro figures sometimes come bad. I got a figure once that you couldn't turn its waist because the plastic was twisted and fragile.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, bring back the clamshells. Make us work for the figure. I tell you what, when I seen what Playmates did, I put it up in the review for the Triceraton figure. They, like most of these companies, they use the little twist ties or something like that. Or Hasbro's using that corded shit. Like they went back to the shit they were doing with the Generations line, where it was that freaking corded shit that they were tying the figures down with. Playmates opted with their Ninja Elite series to use regular zip ties. So these things are like hardcore strapped down on that freaking plastic. Like, dude, like what the hell? Like, what were you thinking? Like, I had to bring out the snips to cut the damn zip ties because they were so damn tight.
Yeah, some of them were just insane, bro. I remember that shit too. They used really, like, it was like thick, and then it was coated with like some kind of black shit on top of it. Some kind of, it was almost like black plastic or something. I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to open these effing things?
You're not stealing them out of the store like that, but still. Yeah, he says he opened a Conan figure and broke the sword, taking the tape off the bubble. Yikes.
That sucks.
Now, Soul Assassin says this figure pack, Vinny.
I'm going to get to YouTube in a sec.
Yeah, I can't bring that up from here.
Yeah, where's our damn stream? We're live. There you go. Where are they? Oh, here we are. Get to the chat. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. What time was that?
It was the last comment, 10:13.
Okay, let's take a look. Let me jump forward.
You can do it.
Yeah. Well, I did someone else's thing, so yeah, this was the pack. Hold on. I shall present. Camp Crystal Lake. Yeah, it was a setup, which was just.
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. See,
I
something like
need
that,
that.
I would have jumped on now, but yeah, at the time, again, it's money was a little bit tighter. I didn't have as many of these things because I think now I have like 3 or 4 Jason figures. Yeah, it was some pretty cool stuff.
I hate to see what that's probably going for right now.
Yeah, right. Because I used to see this all the time. I'm like, maybe if it goes on sale, maybe I'll get it or some shit eventually. And then they moved all the Target shit, because when they did they changed all the stores and all that stuff. Their inventory went out the window. I don't know what the hell happened.
And NECA, if somebody from NECA is watching, re-release this and re-release the 2-pack with Pamela Voorhees and Jason with the burlap sack.
That'd be great. And get Freddy from Freddy versus Jason going.
Yes.
Because everyone's still waiting on that. Yeah, so it's these 3 major pieces. I could have sworn it came with the campfire, but I guess you're right. It was just the second figure that came with.
Yeah, the second figure. Because when they did the 2-pack of Pamela Voorhees and Jason from the second movie, it came with the campfire. I want to say it came with like a small table or something like that, or maybe that was just a setup. But it came with her, the head that was sitting on a table, just her head, and oh god, it came with a few other things. I forget what it came. It came with actually quite a bit. It was a pretty big exclusive 2-pack with everything that it came with. I really liked that one. I would have snagged it if I'd ever seen that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's crazy. Because I know like around the time with Toys R Us 2, they had some really cool shit out. And everything just kind of went out the window with all that too.
And I know a lot of people shit on it, but I want to see a Jason X too.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that one.
I like that one. I don't care. I like that movie.
Yeah, no. Just that opening.
Brutal Morganwood says, it's all my fault. When I was like 9, I used to shoplift my G.I. Joes from drug fair. I just grabbed the front of the package, tear it off the card, and shove them in my pocket. Pocket?
I think every now and then as kids, I think we've all been there.
DVB, so here's a question for you, Tommy and Vinny. What character from all movie and media history would you most like to see as a new figure, like a character has never been done before?
I'd like to see my characters done as figures. Yeah, I want my line of stuff. Through the Woods, City of Venus, Shadow of the Kraken. I want my all those cool characters.
Nah. Hey, don't get me wrong. I would get an Angela figure from Sleepaway Camp if they came out with it, because that movie cracks me up. But that wouldn't be it. As far as a figure they've never done before, if people have done most of the figures I would like to see them do, but I would like to see NECA do a really good version of Beetlejuice. That's like one of the ones I would like to see them do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that 100%. We might have even mentioned that in the past, but yeah. How come they haven't done one? The only shit they had was like way early on. It was like barely no articulation. It was like a statue type thing.
But as far as like characters in movies that they've never done before, I don't know. See, McFarlane did a lot of the other ones that NECA hasn't done. Like they had Norman Bates. I was always wondering why NECA never did a Norman Bates one.
Oh yeah, and his mother's dress.
I'm pretty sure McFarlane did Hannibal too. Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, or was it NECA? McFarlane.
I thought did that with the Movie Maniac series.
It might have been. He was strapped to the gurney thing, right? The wheeling. Yeah. I still have that somewhere. That whole setup. Hopefully, it didn't break because I know those pieces were kind of fragile. But I'm pretty sure. No. NECA did one as well. They had him with the white. He had when he broke out. When he had on the white tank top or t-shirt. He had the white t-shirt with the white pants, and he's at the billy club, like his arms up in the air, like he was just beating the cop, and he's got the blood all over his mouth. He came with a piece of the cage as well that he was in. Does it not ring a bell?
I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I should. Hold on, I'll be able to find that. Yeah, here they are.
Weekend at Bernie's 3-figure set.
You know what? That would be pretty cool. Yeah, they got a couple of them.
Okay.
Yep. I knew they did it. Well, I never had him, but the other I have this one.
And it was Movie Maniacs. Yeah.
No, this is Cult Classics Series 5.
Cult Classics? Oh.
Yeah, this is NECA.
Oh, okay. Because it reminded me of the packaging of Movie Maniacs. That's why I thought.
Yeah, they were doing that. Yeah, they were doing that in the beginning because they wanted to compete with McFarlane. Because that guy Randy, who got all the licenses, he's the one who got the licenses from McFarlane. So when he left, he took his Rolodex and he got hooked up with this millionaire guy, and that's when they made NECA. There's some trivia for you guys.
Co-workers and him used to catch shoplifters and make them reorganize the toy aisle and then walk them out of the store.
That's funny.
It wasn't J.J. Walker. Fully articulated Ms. Garrett. Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
John Bender from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, here's their Beetlejuice. This is awful. Yeah, they got to do an updated version. But you know what? I think they will. They announced the second movie. They are going ahead with it.
Oh, I got another one that would be really cool for NECA to do. Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, McFarlane did Pumpkinhead. That was 100% McFarlane. But yeah, NECA should do an updated version. Why the hell not? What about the A-Team? They did the Clubber Lane figure from the Rocky movie. So his head sculpt is already there.
There's so many places you can go and figures that I would like to see NECA do.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the Monsters. That was another one.
Oh, for sure, dude. Do some classic TV shit for sure.
How about the evil Ash from Army of Darkness?
Yeah, I think McFarlane was the only. Were they the only ones who did it?
I know. Well, I know Reaction did the little 3 3/4 Star Wars Kennerish like figures of them.
Yeah, he's the Clubber Lane with Rocky. I used to see these in toys. I used to see them in Toys R Us all the time. I was always tempted, but I don't know, like, if they would last because the shorts are like that cheap kind of rubbery material, and I'm sure it would disintegrate over time. That's why I never bothered. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra would be great. Why haven't they done that? It's a good pull. Oh yeah, here he was.
Stripperella.
Yeah.
Yep. Came with the campfire.
Yep.
All right, I'm telling you, I seen that one in stores all the time, and I was like, God, I wish I had the money to get it. I was like flat busted at the time, and I didn't have money for toys. Like, I had to save up for it.
Yeah, this guy had good accessories. He had the pitch. He had the pitch axe. He had the farmer's fork thing there, whatever, for the hay. The machete, the fire, his mother's head.
Just awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and the spear.
Slasher said his pick would be Con Air, whole set in the plane too.
Holy shit. Crazy.
Oh, here's another good one. How about updated versions? Because I think Reaction is one of the few companies that did it. Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
And NECA, an updated Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
Yeah, that'd be great too. I love that character. The McFarlane figure was pretty cool too. The Kurt Russell, when they sent him the 2-up, it was like double the size or whatever. He didn't want to give it back. They sent it to him kind of like to get approval and everything, and he didn't want to send it back.
Speaking of Kurt Russell, yeah, I was, imagine that me going old school, watching old movies because everything new sucks. But I found I was watching one of the streaming services that actually had Big Trouble in Little China. Matter of fact, it was Tubi. It's only on there for a few more days or something. So it just happened to come up on my Tubi feed, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm going to watch that again." I have been looking everywhere because I want to get that new Steelbook version that they have of it out from was it Scream Factory? I think it is.
Oh, okay.
So I want to get that. I've been looking, to find somebody that's got it like at a halfway decent price because some of these guys are charging like $129 for that Steelbook. I'm like, dude, I want it, but I'm not like trying to break my freaking back trying to get this thing.
Yeah.
The whole line of them.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
Slasher says he has 2 Reservoir Dogs. They're more like doll size than figure size.
Yeah, I used to see some of them back. I think FYE was selling them back in the day.
Did they ever make Creep Show? Yes. Matter of fact, NECA has a Creep Show one or two of them, and I don't like either one of them.
Yeah, didn't they do it like it's in that same scale as the Johnny Lawrence you have? It's like that 8 or 9 inch scale. Whatever.
Well, I seen it in the Ultimate figure box too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's all white. It's got like the white robe and everything, but something just looks off about it. I've seen it multiple times, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
And I seen another one. I don't recall what the other one I seen was, but it was just it didn't say anything that buy me. So
right, yeah. Papa
Face
Cotton,
Off, Nick Cage.
Oh, Papa Cotton, I need a Django Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh shit! Yeah, I'd be making so many memes and stuff if they did that.
Batman figures.
Yeah, they did some of the video game ones. They had like I remember they did like the Origins, and I think Arkham, one of the Arkham ones. Because I remember when FYE was when they were still around near me, they had like the 18-inch ones.
How about a Vinnie toy with a pull cord that said, "It's a me, it's a Mario,
it's a me."
Oh no!
Trey would want that.
Soul Assassin asked, "Would you all have the figures with fabric clothes or plastic molded clothes?" I think that depends on the figure.
Yeah, if they were like the 7-inch scale or something along those lines, I'd say all plastic. But if they were like the 12-inch ones, like some of the Hot Toys and shit, yeah, you do the soft goods, do like the clothes and all that shit.
No, there's been a few of the 7-inch ones where they've done some soft goods on it, and they're pretty good. But all right, take care. Take care, Time Prophet. We're probably going to be wrapping up in a minute anyway.
Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, we did 2 hours.
Yeah, man. I really wasn't expecting it to go that long, but great conversations about some of these toys.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of cool stuff out there.
It's me, son of a bitch. Stop touching my string, perv.
Oh, shit. It's me. I'm breaking your legs.
Buy my book or else.
No, I don't threaten people to buy my book.
I'll threaten them. Buy his book now, damn it. You're making the pigs angry.
That's it. You heard Tommy.
Hey, you know what? I remember those Mad Max figures that they put out years ago. I forget which company it was that done. They were okay. They weren't horrible. They were a little bit cartoony in some of the aspects, but they weren't bad. They were the Road Warrior line.
Yeah, I'll say one thing. Yeah, if NECA were to tackle that, yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down for those as well. Give us a proper Mel Gibson, do Road Warrior, do Mad Max, do all the versions of them. You got to do the Interceptor too. But I think the only car that they've done was a DeLorean, and the scale was like, I think for a smaller scale, it was like more for like a 5-inch line than the 7-inch line. It's like it was off. But I was able to snag a DeLorean from Diamond Select. They did one. I think it was from the second movie. But like the version I have has like the kind of that frosted kind of paint job on it, and it does have like features, like light up features and all that, where like the headlights go. You can see the flux capacitor. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I picked up a Jada one. I forget what size that is, but it's mostly die cast. Surprisingly.
Yeah, I have a die cast one too. Yeah,
it lights up really nice.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 inches, something like that. But no,
well, a little bit. I think it's a little bigger than that. I think the one I have is like close to like 9 or 10 inches.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I know which one you're talking about then. Because I have a couple. I have like a Batman. A couple of the Batman cars are about that size. But that company, they did do like multiple sizes. So because I have one that's maybe like about 9 or 10 inches. I have like a Corvette that has like the Harley Quinn paint job on it. That it's like the cherry red. That's like her outfit. You know how it's like it's quartered where it's black and red and then red and black. Like they did the car like that. That's why it looks so fucking good. So, but I saw a small version of that, and I saw one that was like the size that I got. But yeah, Jada had done the same thing because I have a smaller version of that DeLorean. So it's like maybe like 4 inches. I think it's about 4 inches. But the DeLorean I got from Diamond Select, that's substantial. That it fits perfectly in scale with Marty from NECA.
Well, who was it that did the Ghostbusters, where they went from the old Ghostbuster stuff into Afterlife, and then they had that full size Ecto-1?
That was Hasbro.
Was that Hasbro that did that? Because that Ecto-1 was phenomenal looking. Like, I wish I could have grabbed it, but I want to say that thing was something like $80 some odd or something. It was some ridiculous price, but that thing was huge.
Yeah, I think I saw that in stores once. But yeah, I didn't get a good look at it. It was just kind of in passing because I was in a hurry.
Oh, I picked that thing up and I was expecting it from all angles. I was getting ready to pop the top on it and take a look, but
oh shit.
Yeah, I was getting ready to.
Nice.
But yeah, it looks absolutely phenomenal. But the problem is some of that stuff is just so pricey, though.
I know. Price and space; those are the two things right now.
Mm-hmm. But I think I think this is a good spot to wrap it up. So, Vinny, let everybody know what you got going on. Be sure to talk about those awesome books, man.
Yeah, dude. I got a Shadow of the Kraken, Through the Woods. I mean, if you guys want quality, we have some amazing quality in my projects. And I'm 4 backers away from hitting 800 backers on Through the Woods. I'll show you guys real quick. Just whip this out. Yeah, there you go. For those who haven't seen or it's been a minute, these are some of my amazing books. This is hardcover, 100 pages. We got Kelsey Shannon did the cover to the Ashcan, which is like a mini kind of comic book that has like old black and white drawings and stuff in it. But the main book is full colored, beautiful, painted stuff. Again, you have the complete story. Frankie Knows is the writer and co-creator on this project. So jump on all that. We have, like I said, awesome pirate story with Shadow of the Kraken. We have the futuristic comic book world of Hot Broads in City of Venus. I'm working on City of Venus right now, the sequel. And it's going to be a bigger and more badass book as well. So, yeah, if you want some good stuff, there's a ton of this out there. And there's no wait on any of my projects. You get this stuff right away. So link should be in the description. And if not, you could find this. You can type in vinnieart.com. Just the
links are always in the description. I always make sure and include it every single time.
Beautiful, man. But yeah, I mean, there's multiple ways you can find these. And I don't have toys right now, but I do have cool acrylic standees on the Shadow of the Kraken campaign. It's the first one. I'm going to start doing them on all my campaigns. So every time I launch a new one, you'll get characters from, whichever book I'm pushing next, which it should be City of Venus too. So you'll have characters from that. So eventually people could have a cool lineup of, the acrylic standees. And they're fantastic quality on top of it. But
yeah, every Frankie's attention.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, I would definitely want action figures. That'd be so damn awesome. I'd probably get them at both sizes, to be honest. I do like 7-inch scale, and I would do like the 12-inch scale because that'd be pretty fucking epic. Not gonna lie, but yeah. And so good stuff here. And if you guys haven't seen it, head over to my YouTube channel as well. I'm doing great over there. I'm getting closer to 2,000 subscribers. We're kicking ass. I started doing some video game live streams as well. I did because I got my hands on an advanced copy of Resident Evil 4. Walmart had it. I had it 4 days before everybody else, but I was not allowed to stream it until today. Capcom had a block on it, which sucks. But I did the first chapter, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. You could watch me get killed by the Chainsaw Maniac. He got me 3 fucking times. I found out the hard way that if someone grabs you and you're trying to break free, he could just stick his chainsaw through you, which he did. And the other 2 times, he got me from behind. I was running away or I got stopped by something else, and he just slashed me in the back, and then he puts the blade through your back and comes at your chest. So that was lovely. So you can watch that. And I think tomorrow I should have another live stream. It should be the Friday Underground. I got to see because I know a lot of the guys are doing the horror convention. So if I don't do that, then I might stream Resident Evil 4 again. So if you guys want to see Chapter 2, I could do Chapter 2 for you guys in a live stream, and you could watch me curse and flip out and be like, "What the fuck?" So But either way, Sunday is the that's the round table. I should be back this Sunday with something cool. We'll have some topics. There's been some crazy shit going on. So yeah, Vinnie Art. That's where you can find me. And thank you, Tommy. Thank you, everyone in chat. I hope everyone has an awesome night.
Oh, thank you, Vinnie. And thanks again for Steed for stopping in. And thank you to all you lovely people in the chat. Every single one of you stopped in and you support the channel. You come in here and you ask us questions, or we're just having good back and forth with everything that you're adding to the conversation. This doesn't happen. The fun doesn't happen without you being here, and I really do appreciate it. The pics appreciate it too, but unfortunately they are all down right now because I fed them before the show to make sure they weren't squealing during the show. But guys, thank you. Right now I'm still messing with the shorts, doing everything with the shorts. Making steady gains on the channel, building the channel up. I really need to get back to doing more videos, and it's just trying to find time to do all this stuff because there's so many things going on with the animals in the house and everything else going on. I will eventually get back to getting these videos done. I'm going to start putting regular videos up on the channel again, as well as all the shorts and of course the live streams. I'm not sure what I will be doing for Monday stream, since I had to take off this past Monday because, anniversary and everything that went along with that. But I don't know if I'm going to be just doing a regular live stream, just a hangout, or if we're going to be doing a BattleBot live. I think I might save the BattleBot live until I have another robot ready to enter the arena. So maybe to just be a open panel discussion. I don't know. But we'll see how things go. But I should be doing one on Monday at 5 p.m. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate every last one of you. Have an awesome weekend. And we will catch you next time. Remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, especially if they're trying to pump your head full of lies. Because your silence gives consent. Right, Batman?
That's right. Everyone, remember, justice. I'm begging She-Hulk.
Later, y'all. Have a good one.
You better run, Mojito.
You what? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run.